Who's my Mount Rushmore of streamers? I'm actually curious what other people Mount Rushmore of streamers are. Mount Rushmore of streamers. I keep hearing this question. I think it's funny. Oh, here we go. 12 days ago, Ludwig. New Mount Rushmore of streamers is going viral right now. No, it's not. Who does not belong? They actually just put him for like engagement farming, right? It has to. That's just what that
how
is.
Is the list? These 4 streamers for the Mount Rushmore. That can't be the Mount Rushmore. No offense to any of these people. It just doesn't make any damn sense for live streaming. I feel like it's a misunderstanding of what a Mount Rushmore is. I feel like Mount Rushmore, you have to understand.
Okay, that's cool. I'm going on YouTube Shorts. Actually, I'm curious what this silencer sounds like. I actually looked up what silencers sound like recently on like. I got some weird video on Reddit. It was John Wick, silencer scene realistic. Here we go. Watched. So John Wick 2 subway shootout, except the guns are realistically loud. And I was like, is that really what they sound like? That's it. Okay, so pistol with silencer. There's a video I saw. I'm gonna see it. Like, I watched it already. It was perfect.
This is the biggest airsoft suppressor you can get. It's the Angel.
Airsoft? Real gun silencer sound. Oh, hey, I found it. This is what I watched before.
Rock Island 1911 in 45 with a Silencer Co. Hybrid 46 suppressor.
That's actually kind of quiet.
Be sure to like this video.
But maybe it's the video, it just doesn't do the audio justice. Either way. Damn.
Oh, look at that. It's almost hitting the ground. And then it's kind of a rise knuckle. I mean, 0 rotations. Look at that.
Okay. No. Ugh. He's eat grease. I mean, just get a ladder, but this motherfucker is in flip-flops.
A fine addition to my collection.
This is why you should never celebrate too early. This couple thought they had struck it rich when the man managed to pull a gold bar out of the glass box. But just as he started celebrating, the guard signaled him to quickly return it because he was suspected of touching the glass with his other hand. But the man hadn't cheated. To prove it, he tried again. At first, he struggled and failed, exhausted from the first attempt. But on the second try, he used all his strength. And finally, he pulled the gold.
I don't care what plantation I end up on, I'm straight staging a revolt in this motherfucker.
Hells yeah.
We have Lot A, Lot B, and Lot C.
$3 on Lot A.
$5 going once, twice, 3 times sold. Lot A goes to the man in the
I almost just said out loud, this is racist.
It's like, another human being.
Whoever buys me, they better kill me the first day. I'm gonna go buck wild on the whole.
I stopped myself like, wait.
Next one.
Oh, it's okay.
$6 on Lot A. 9.
This is just some regular ice, but it's filled with bubbles, and I think it's really ugly.
Wait, I actually want to see this. I love this guy.
Regular ice, but it's filled with bubbles, and I think it's really ugly. What I want is some beautiful ice that's perfectly clear, and I think I'm gonna try making some. To get started, all I need is a regular
Pure
cooler,
ice.
and I'll fill it with some warm tap water.
It's like Walter and meth, but legal. Pure ice.
I'll bring it up to roughly an inch from the top, and then I can put this entire thing in the freezer. Using a cooler
Walter
to
from
do this
Breaking Bad, not my
forces
cat.
the ice
Whatever.
to form from the top down. This allows it to freeze without trapping air, and I have to leave it in there for about 36 hours. At this point, it should be good to go, and I can take it out. I'll then flip it upside down, and I'll leave it in the sink for a while.
What?
I then pulled away the cooler, and I had a bunch of ice. A lot of it hadn't frozen, though, and I carefully got rid of it.
Huh?
At the bottom
Oh.
was a really nice and thick chunk of ice. It's a bit too big, though, and I'll have to chop it up. To do this, I apparently just had to make a shallow cut all the way around. Then, when I tap it with a knife and a hammer, it's supposed to make a clean break. However, I think I hit it a bit too hard. This was kind of sad, but I was a lot better with the other cuts, and I was able to chop it into 4 large chunks.
Nice. Nice.
I then ran one of them under water to clean it up, and this was what I was left with. It's somehow even better than I thought it would be, and it kind of blows my mind how clear it is. There are some spots with some small bubbles, but it's still really impressive, and I think that it almost looks fake.
Okay,
This
that
is
was
just
cool.
some
Oh, God. Let's calm down, man. He's even got the fucking Alpha Man music.
First, the $5 water gun. Now the $150 version. 1, 2, 3.
She just found out that British people are real.
First time experiencing a British man. Can you say good morning?
Good morning.
What else? What else? Can you say good evening, governor?
Good evening, governor.
Come around the brim, go up, little whoop-de-whoops, get speed for the bump. Little
Damn.
5-0. This is where it gets tricky for the rainbow.
This guy owns.
Little wall rides.
Hey, Coda.
Oh! It's hard on the narrow path, and these are super steep. And we're not going in the water today.
Oh, God. Ugh. The fuck is this thing? Mini popcorn machine makes delicious roasted chicken? What? This is like an old popcorn machine? Way back in the day, I guess? I don't know.
Fiber optic glass is something that I've never made a spearhead from, so in this video, that's what I'm going to do. This was a really chunky piece, so it's important to break pieces off and make it thin as fast as I can. To break these pieces off of this brick-shaped chunk, I'm using both a deer antler baton and a rock. Because these are really sharp flakes of glass, I have to protect my leg with a leather pad as I break these pieces off. Every time I hit the stone, I make sure to strike it in the right spot. Otherwise, I could risk breaking the spearhead in half and losing all of my progress. Now that the spearhead is thin enough, I can use a small, pointed deer antler tool to break pieces off of the edge. Now that the spearhead has the right triangular shape, it's time to create the notches.
Oh, that's important.
Now that the notches are complete, it's time to use a pointed bone tool to create fine serrations along the spearhead's edge. The finishing touches are put on the spearhead's tip, and now it is nice and sharp. Just look how this material appears in the sunlight. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Is that how they? That's sick. I didn't know they did. I thought they just took the shit and then just broke it and said, "Ah, this will do." Like one piece is good enough, right? I didn't know they actually crafted shit.
If you've ever heard of the comedy form slapstick comedy, this is exactly where it comes from. This is a 19th century Victorian era slapstick.
I've gotten extra fucking stupid today. So any intelligence I did have is clearly not following me to today.
Used on stage in that comedy form. So
Doing my
slapstick
best.
was a very gag-driven form of comedy. What they would do is they would have sticks like this with a padded part to strike the other performer. Inside, if we look inside, there's a little thing that raises up where a percussion cap would be set there. The percussion cap would go there. This would be dropped on top of the percussion cap. When this made contact with this, it would ignite the percussion cap, making a sound, making a pop sound to exaggerate the person being hit. So next time you hear about slapstick comedy and you want to know where it came from, this is the slapstick that gave that comedy form its name. If you've ever heard...
Okay.
I had a meeting with Walmart.
Actually, let's hear it.
I had a meeting with an ex-Blizzard developer who worked on WoW for a very long time, over a decade. He said that World of Warcraft over time shifted away from feeling like an MMO, and more modern WoW feels like an ARPG. That is exactly right. Way more AoE, spamming damage, gathering mobs and blasting them down, versus this adventure and experience where like you're pulling really slowly, doing one at a time, kind of whatever, to just like every class has spam mobility, every class has spam AoE, and it kind of feels like you're playing an ARPG, especially when you're in like an endgame dungeon, right? Now, I'm not saying that as a bad thing, right? ARPG is a highly successful genre.
Walmart is very aggressive about handling injury claims, so you should expect when you get hurt in Walmart and you report it, typically within 48 to 72 hours, someone from the Walmart claims department will typically call you to see how you're feeling, to get a feel for what type of injuries you sustained, possibly ask you some questions about how the accident happened and whether you're planning to sue or not. My two pieces of advice if you get hurt at Walmart is to, one, call a lawyer so that you're represented, because Walmart will call. And my second piece of advice, don't talk to the Walmart claims representative.
So a while back, I made a video where I went out to the oil field and bought a jar of oil from this oil man, and it turned out it wasn't worth what I paid.
I think you paid way too much for it. I'd give you probably 50 cents for it.
Then in my next video, I went out to confront him about it, and he made me a deal where I did a whole bunch of work for him, including digging for oil. And this brings me to today, when I was just scrolling through TikTok and I saw this video of this guy who found oil in this field and boiled it and made it this tar. And I wanted to see if this was really even possible. So I went.
This has to be the craziest way to go fishing.
Whoa. Oh my god.
This has to be the craziest way.
3, 2, 1. Drop it.
Okay. Of course it's Red Bull. open the door.
3, 2, 1.
Go. All right, Vigi's going upstairs. We're about to start. Thank God. Sour grape flavor. Holy sugar. I mean, I guess. I mean, yeah, it is there. It's weird seeing it. Mix it in so I can live in my fantasy world where that's healthy. Damn, okay. I would eat the fuck out of those. What is that powder? Oh, fuck. I just got the taste of Warhead in my mouth. Like, it's watering. Not out of, like, ooh, it's so good. Like, no more, ow. Ooh, that hurts. Something about that powder.
The royal physician took out a small knife and aimed it at Lord Cedric's forehead. Without a word, she made a crescent-shaped incision, carefully removing the outer layer of skin. Consulting an ancient text, she then used a vibrant red thread to mark 3 distinct red moles on his skin. Working quickly, she applied flour to the wound as a rudimentary treatment, knowing the next step was critical. Using a fishhook, she had to stitch the skin back together, and speed was essential. If the nearby incense stick burned out before she finished, the Lord might wake from the pain. If that happened, no explanation would save her. She'd likely lose her head to his wrath. Fortunately, the person under her care remained safe for the moment, but with the incense nearly gone, she hastened her stitching. Just before he stirred, she completed the sutures, securing the 3 moles on his forehead. Unbeknownst to many in this ancient kingdom, there was an unwritten rule. A man with 3 moles on the right side of his forehead was seen as harboring treasonous intent. Later, when Lord Cedric went to meet the Emperor, a stray beam of sunlight illuminated his forehead, revealing the 3 moles. The Emperor said nothing at the
This is the wedding invitation that 1.4 billion Chinese people have been longing for. Not paper, not plastic. This one's forged from pure copper. In China, with over 1.4 billion people, this isn't just a wedding trend. It's a 4,000-year-old tradition. It's called a copper wedding book, and each one takes 7 hours and 12 full steps to make. They start with premium annealed copper. Then artists hand-carve dragons, phoenixes, and lovebirds. Every word is hammered in, one by one, with 0.004-inch deep relief letters. But the most magical part? They use a rare method called the star dot technique, adding over 1,000 tiny dents around the letters. It means, love you like stars, eternal and uncountable. Then comes out.
Every time I pour molten metal into Orbeez, a unique and different metal structure emerges. This time was no different as I poured a huge amount of molten aluminum into the water beads. The liquid metal goes down through the beads and then solidifies. A lot of heat is transferred into the Orbeez. As you can see here, it was a little bit too hot for me to initially pull it out of the matrix. So after waiting a minute, I pulled the metal structure up out of the Orbeez, and this thing was super huge and long and went almost down to the bottom of this 55-gallon barrel. Amazingly, most of the water-filled Orbeez stay intact as the hot liquid metal flows around them. The resulting formation has a fungating, branching appearance to it. Some people think it looks like coral. Others will say it resembles a tree. Here's the metal formation with the Orbeez still in it, and weeks later the Orbeez dry up and fall out, and the final sculpture is pure aluminum, which is pretty cool.
I didn't know you answered. Hello.
Yeah, I did like 10 minutes ago, but I was just waiting for you to say something.
I was watching a video about Orbeez. Babe, I'm not good at stalling. It's been a catastrophe the past hour. I tried. It's so bad.